goody, people, man? Welcome back to another episode of Opinions and Consequences.
Welcome.
Episode 7. Episode 7, people, man.
7 days in a week.
7 weeks in a Rizzo. Come on.
It's for 7 weeks in a row.
Listen, I'm your host, AJ McLaughlin. This is my co-host,
Clinton E. Martinez.
And yes, welcome back, people, man. Listen, I want to thank you guys for all the feedback, all the sharing, all the just everything thus far.
All the love, all the hate.
All the love and hate, man. You gotta take it all good. You gotta take it the good, the bad, and ugly.
You gotta take the straight lines with the crooked lines.
You got it. It's only right, because I feel like a lot of people, they just sit there and they just look at one way. They're like, no, I'm not getting enough love and all this extra stuff.
I agree.
You know?
You should be able to take the hate, or not even hate. I think we confuse hate and constructive criticism.
That's what it is.
We kind of confuse the two. We don't know where to skew that line. That's the problem. And it's a lot you can learn from it.
I ain't mad at that, man. What you got for this week, man?
This James Gunn situation. James Gunn's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
The third one. So essentially what's going on with this guy is that he put out some tweets about 6, 7, 8 years ago, I want to say. About 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There was some insensitive tweets, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how you read it. And he was literally fired for what he typed. Literally fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So he no longer is part of the movie.
Like
51 years old now. These tweets were a while back. Like, it's crazy to actually see that this came back to bite him
in the ass.
In the ass. Like, there's no nice way to put that. And this is years later. This isn't like... So, I guess my question to you would be, is that somewhat fair? Because you're not the same person you were 2 days ago, 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago. So, should he be feeling the repercussions of this?
The game is messed up, man. All I can say right now is just that, damn, you ain't safe, bro.
Oh, nothing is safe. Nothing's off guard,
bro.
Nothing.
They're taking their whole, like, when I mean to tell you, they're taking that whole accountability shit, like, to the extreme now. Like, I feel like you can't get away with nothing. I'm not sitting there saying that what he did was right and all that stuff like that, but at the same time, this is, like you said,
years later,
you could change.
So now I guess it's a slippery slope. Because what if this now can turn into one of those things where Jobs can do this and now it's a job. Anybody can do it. You can hold it against somebody.
This opens a whole new Pandora's box.
I agree.
This opens a whole new outline on everything.
And have we just become a society where we're too sensitive now? You can't even evolve.
But I feel like now it's just like anybody who doesn't like you can take you out.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's just like, yo, like, doesn't matter what you said back then, yo, you can get taken out. But then again, now it comes back to the whole thing, like, where, like, why is Trump still in office?
Which is interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain little things where it's just like, why doesn't certain people get that repercussion? Like, but this is like, this had to touch somebody, like, real bad. Like, for them to be...
I agree.
That's a target.
Because he was clearly targeted. There's really no excuse for that type of situation.
James Gunn, I'm taking a shot for you, bro.
I also will do that for you.
Like, you know what, man? You definitely got injustice. And
though the tweets were
fairly
aggressive and insensitive, at the same time, they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but then they say you change all the time. So which is it? We have to pick one. Now, at this point in life, you have to pick one.
You have to.
Because at 25, 26, I was not the same man I am now at 30.
No, because you know, I mean, in all fairness, in respect to females, but women do mature,
of course,
faster than than males. So at that point in time, like, when you're a younger person, it does take time at certain times to actually mature. You know what I mean? So like you just said, you know, at 26 doesn't mean that you are the same person that you are at 26 than now. You know, you've had new experiences. You've shared new light with new people. So you know what I mean. It potentially could change you as a whole new person for the better.
Oh yeah, and then you could be targeted. Like someone could literally not like you and find a reason
and just
say, oh well, you said this, you know, 3 weeks ago. Like, oh damn, I was angry.
Yeah,
I was angry. Let that be a lesson to everybody. Please be careful what you put online because it can
bite you in the ass, man. Listen, James, this one's for you, boss.
This is definitely for you.
Oh my goodness,
yes. What about you? What you got going
on? Woo! So, did you hear about Whoopi?
Getting cussed out?
Whoopi gave somebody the boot off the show. Like, she was like, yo, get the fuck up out of here.
What happened?
Dude, like, so, you know, it was on The View. I'm actually going to read this to you, actually, right now. Like,
good show. I mean, well, you know, they got good points sometimes.
Yo, because I guess, you know, Whoopi Goldberg had a blowout, you know what I mean? So she was over there dropping F-bombs and all this extra stuff. But allegedly she didn't like the views of one person that was on the show, which I'm about to tell you about right now. And she actually kicked her off the show.
She has that much creative directive power?
Dude, she got pulled, man.
I wonder how that hierarchy works. Like on the show. Because you know it's like 4 or 5 of them. There's like 4 or 5 ladies on the show, right? So because
there's a few of them on the show. Yeah.
So does Whoopi have that top spot? Is she the matriarch of the show?
I feel like she does have a heavy say. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know the whole. I don't know the level of power that every person has. Like, you know, what's the
what's the cast? I don't know the cast. I forget all the cast name.
I know it was.
At one point, I know they had Rosie Perez.
Yeah,
on
Rosie
the show,
Perez,
and that was a problem. They had some issues.
So it was Janine Pirro interview, and they just got into a heated confrontation.
This was live?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hot on air. They got hot on air, and she was just like, yo, get up out of here.
Wow.
Get up out of here.
Damn.
Listen, man.
Now, did what Janine says, was it so outlandish? What's the quote? Do we have a quotable?
We do have a quote. Janine Pinero's appearance here on the show, Whoopi Goldberg said on Friday morning, View put in an extra bit of blah, 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 blah. So I guess Janine Pirro accused her of having a Trump derangement syndrome.
So it's political. This is politically.
Yeah, so I guess Pirro said that Goldberg screamed F you and get the F out this building.
Which is unprofessional.
Shit.
That's unprofessional.
It is, but you know what I mean? It could, and I feel like, I don't know, like, do you feel like if you're in that state of mind where you have to lose your cool, do you feel somewhat guilty of what other person said? So in other words, like, if it's not true, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, what are you talking about? Okay, cool. Whatever works for you. Whatever gets you to sleep better at night.
But see, then what's the point of the View? The point of the View is to have a viewpoint.
No, I understand that. But if what Janine said wasn't true.
Oh, that's consistency though. How many people say things that aren't true?
No, but that's what I'm saying though. So like my thing is just like, I felt like for her to go off like that and that to bother her so much, does she have a Trump?
Well, it's clear as day. The panel doesn't like Trump. That is a consistency. Yeah. That's a consistency we do see there. Okay, so we can agree on that.
Yeah,
But at the same time, Janine has her right to say it. And all Whoopi had to do was politically, intellectually, agree, disagree, prove her point, not cuss her out. Because, Janine doesn't look like the bad person in this. Whoopi does.
Oh, yeah. Whoopi looks like
the bully. Like the you know what I mean? Like, so who in the end of the day looks horrible, and it's Whoopi. They say all press is good. No, not all press. This is the situation, because now it's just like, what if someone else felt that way? No, they're not going to come on your show, and now they can have, and this can be opening a can of worms. So I think Whoopi was wrong in that aspect. She could have handled it better. Obviously now, I bet now looking back at it, she's like kicking herself. I mean, I would, honestly. I'd be like, damn. But same time, it is what it is, and it's a lesson, I guess, learned with that situation. But she shouldn't have did that, because that's the point of the show. Like, everybody's like, what's the point of the show then?
Yeah. No,
and I think they didn't. So she had a problem with someone else. I know. There's been past problems. This isn't the first with this type of situation.
She has a lot of problems with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I had a problem with her sister.
Ooh. Actually, it was a good movie though. I mean, it was horrible, but it was good.
Which one though?
The second one.
Second one was alright.
Second one was good.
Third one had me.
And you can't really go with thirds in movies, because
no,
I can't name too many series that have had good.
Okay, you dropped me. You give me 3 movies.
Okay, 3 movies like that.
Legit. Number 3 was a banger. All right.
Okay. Oh no, number 3 was a banger. No, see, that's the problem. But that's what I'm saying. I always notice that it's either the second one and highly unlikely third one. Because like one, I'll say the Bourne Ultimatum. That was a good one. I think we can agree on that. The Bourne series, that third one was really good. I can agree on that. Jurassic Park was okay, the third one.
That shit was horrible.
You didn't like it?
That was a Lost World. That was the worst one in my fair opinion.
I kind of like that one. That was when you learned about the raptors talking and all that stuff. That was interesting. That was different to me. So that's okay. But I can name more bad than good, and I mean classics.
No. I'm saying there's a lot of bad. But in all fairness, there's not too many trilogies.
No,
there's not too many trilogies. You know what I mean? We gotta go with Delta Force. We gotta go with Lethal Weapon.
Police Academy.
Those are always hits. I feel like that.
But see, you're big on those. I was never big on those.
But those are. I feel like, the '90s was all filled with that, though. You know what I mean? You think about it. How many '90s movies had so many of those trilogies?
Oh, The Godfather was the '80s, but that was a trilogy. But the trilogy, the third one was horrible. Die Hard was solid. Indiana Jones was solid.
Star Wars.
Okay, first off, we can't say Star Wars has like 25 movies.
You're facts. These are
so facts. that's Disney's banker. Batman's. There's been a gazillion Batmans.
But they had to remake it so many times, bro. It was terrible. It was terrible.
That is true. The Spider-Man had 3.
Spider-Man had more than 3.
It got remade too.
And that's the thing.
But in a series, yeah. Wow, that's like.
That's what I'm saying.
X-Men. X-Men had a good 3.
X-Men did have a good 3.
X-Men had a good 3. I'll give them that. Who else? See, that's what I'm saying. Trilogies are not. They usually don't go the way. Fast and Furious had 9,000. They're on like 10.
Yeah, they are. Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Back to the Future.
Good movie.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Matrix. Ooh, that was a banger.
It only had 3.
Yeah.
It only had 3. Yeah, it only had 3. It didn't go more than that.
Bourne Ultimatum.
Yep, I'll give them bonus.
Damn. Wow. Back to the Future.
Yep, said that.
Yeah, you said the X-Men.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Classic.
Yeah, that is a good series. I'll give you
the Caribbean. Yeah.
I'll definitely give you a series. And like we said, it's hard because most of the time it's not the same director.
No, it's not.
It always switches. Yeah, and you're lucky. Transformers.
Ooh.
Transformers. You're lucky if you get the same director with the same vision.
Yeah.
Oh, Iron Man. Iron Man had good movies.
Iron Man did.
Had good. It was groundbreaking. Yeah, actually, yeah.
I feel bad because we got off topic. Sorry, guys.
Sorry guys.
All right, we're gonna get right into the nitty gritty, man.
Sorry.
Honest.
Let me pick. I'll definitely go with the hard eyes.
What you got?
What's buzzing?
What's buzzing? Ugly sports. I got a shot.
Ooh.
I got a shot though.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that one.
Yeah, I want to. I'll definitely go with that one. That was pretty good.
That cocoa?
I don't know what that is, but the taste was not.
It
wasn't
bad.
horrible. It tastes like a vodka, but it's.
Oh, take it what's hot. Take it what's hot. Take it what's hot.
Easy. Take a little bit of sacrament here.
Right? He said.
Sick. Pour while it's hot.
I know. Pour while it's hot.
Down the drain.
So. Mm-hmm. Ooh, it always goes down smooth.
Actually, it does. So what's hot? You know what is a hot topic right now? This Lesean McCoy situation with his girlfriend. This is entertaining. This is very. I'm very curious.
Wow.
Right? Okay. The girlfriend and him, and her name is slipping my mind right now. You can give it to me. I forget.
I get you.
Him and the girlfriend have been separated a year. She's been living in this house. There's a whole situation. So apparently, a week or so ago, some people broke in the house, gun butted her, beat her up, boom, 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 took some jewelry, robbed the house. She was home, whole situation. Her friends came out and said, "You're an animal, Lesean McCoy," like painted the man in a very negative and because no one believes the truth when the lie's better. Mm-hmm. They painted him as a wife beater, this and that, and he was like, "Yo, I wasn't even home." Then it got a little more interesting because they released some audio. They actually released audio, 911 call from 2017, where he calls and he's like, "Look, I don't want no drama. She's trying to get me to hit her." Like you can hear her in the background banging on the door, doing all this stuff. No one knows what the situation is, but the first thing they tried. They really did. At first, I was kind of curious because football players, domestic abuse is a constant. Is a constant. But this situation is really interesting because she's saying that he set up the robbery, which is really interesting because damn, you have to go pretty far. If he did, I mean, like I said, allegedly, she's saying he did it, but he didn't. We come to find out later he didn't. But the damage was already done. Once the whole friend came out with the whole "you're an animal, you're this, you're that," the smear already began. The PR, I bet his PR office is hard on it. Now my question, I guess, to you would be, if it's proven that he had nothing to do with it, and all of these negative claims and falses go through that she put through, and could have cost him some money, it could potentially threaten his NFL career. Mm-hmm. Potentially, should she go to jail and have to pay a fine?
More. I'll talk about that.
That is one of the things I wanted to kind of get, because it's like a false rape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Should they go to jail for claiming it? Because it's fraud. It is fraud. You're falsifying a police document, so you should go to jail. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times it doesn't happen. And now with this situation, it's gotten really interesting. That's kind of what's been going on. It's entertaining.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Okay. I do agree. She should get penalized either financially or she should get penalized in the same respect of if he was to get proven guilty.
Ooh.
Because I think this is it is wrong. It is wrong in all any way that you look at this, it's wrong. Because like you said, it damages him as a person. It damages him as not only a person in the media, because he has a lot of supporters, he has his fans, he has kids looking up to him. This could potentially damage his whole career, like you said. If this gone in the other way, in the other direction, this could have potentially got him suspended, fired, cut, released, all that extra stuff. But at the same time, now that he doesn't have nothing to do with this, now what happens? It gets swept under the rug? It just gets swept under the rug like, oh no, you're good, my bad. What do you mean, my bad? No. I want something to go after her now. Because it's not right. It's not right that anything that little happens, you're like, no, I'm gonna go tell. Nah, that's just not right.
And so you would think, would jail time or fine be more?
I think it should be deterrent on the person that got that was misconvicted. Like, that should, you know what I mean? You should have a choice, because that's not right. That's not right. You set me up so I could get in trouble. Now I should have the choice whether or not it should be monetary, or I should have the choice in being like, okay, you know what? Now I want her to go to jail for a year. Or I want her, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what it should be.
There should be mandatory to this. Because like I said, like it's like the false rape thing. How many players in college have you heard of that have been either convicted of rape, and then years down the line the girl would admit, oh no, nothing happened, I was scared, I was this, I was that. And it's more consistent with football players than anybody. Yeah. You hear about it a little more, and I'm not saying the ones that are guilty should be, excused, but the ones that aren't guilty, there has to be some rectification on this, because it's a little too easy now, especially with how everything is going, to say this person did something to me without any proof.
Because now you don't even have to reach out to a lawyer.
No.
The lawyer's going to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Based off the buzz of the media.
Yep.
So the buzz of the media is popping, and there's a lot of fire there. They're like, oh, let me hop on this case. Let me contact this person.
And that is very, very wrong. And that, like, this just goes to show you. But God bless both of them, but that was really a crazy situation.
That's just not cool. That's just not cool, man. Hope he gets this shit situated, man.
You got your topic?
Oh, no, we go right here.
Oh, man.
Whoop! Oh, this is interesting. 5-star hotel or a 5-star trip? What you think on that, man? Let me elaborate a little bit more. So, what would be your preference in terms of, if you're going on vacation or anything like that? Like, would you spend your money more on? I feel like this is a common problem with a lot of people too. Is like, would you be more focused on the luxury and the amenities of the hotel being 5-star, or would you like for your whole trip to be rated a 5-star?
I think it depends, right? Okay, I believe the 5-star trip at this stage of my traveling. That's personally now. Prior, I would have said, oh yeah, 5-star hotel. But then when you sit back and you travel a little more, you start to see, I don't spend a lot of time in my hotel room.
At all.
I really don't.
At all.
And I get it. The 5-star hotels, the amenities are cool and all that, but you don't go to a destination to stay in a hotel.
No.
Because, with that being said, it's funny because worst comes to worst, people now a lot of people, what they're doing is Airbnbs and all these. So what you used to get, you don't even need really, because you don't care, because now you can get a whole house for the same price.
Facts.
Or cheaper per day. Me personally, I say the 5-star trip, because I want to enjoy the trip, and it depends also where we're going. If we're out the country, I definitely want the 5-star trip, hands down.
But you would consider domestic? You want a 5-star hotel? Like you said, like you're not gonna be spending. No. Like, my thing is like this. Okay, now I'm gonna break it down. 5-star hotel, 5-star trip, 5-star hotel, business.
Yeah,
I want it.
Yeah,
give me 5-star hotel, because guess what? More than likely you're gonna be spending your time in the hotel room.
Okay.
Hotel conferences, hotel conferences. You know what I mean? My thing is just like, I want to make the best of it. Like, I don't care for, oh my God, this has 7,000 count Egyptian cotton. Like, you know what I mean? Count. Like, yeah, the thread count. Like, I don't care too much about that. But my whole thing is just like, I do want a nice clean bed, clean sheets.
Yep.
The amenities that I want, but it doesn't have to go above everything else, where you got a fucking swimming pool in the kitchen. And you can swim to the living room. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people, what they do is they go over and beyond on the hotel when it comes down to, like, vacations.
So what would you say is the budget? Like, what would you budget out on a hotel?
It depends where.
I think if
It depends where.
Domestically, let's say.
It depends, dude. You know what the craziest thing is?
Location. You're gonna say location.
Yeah.
Because that's the bigger hotels are always in the better location.
Facts.
Nice. Okay, so but you can get Airbnbs in nice locations too.
You can.
And save yourself the extra and the headache.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If you get an Airbnb,
yes,
do you still feel like it's a vacation?
Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely. I absolutely do. Anytime I go to the country, I love Airbnb. I feel it's not so much that it is and it isn't. It's more that when I go there, I feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like in hotels, you can't cook.
No. Now, in that sense, in that regard, I do recommend Airbnbs for longer stays.
Yes.
Shorter stays, not so much. I don't like. See, my thing is when it comes down to vacation for me, I like to have my feet up. I like to just lay back.
Yep.
I want to be catered to.
Yep.
Clean sheets, clean towels.
Yep.
Okay, I want my laundry done. All of this stuff. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Airbnb, I feel like I'm back at home. Like I'm going somewhere else to relive what I'm doing over at home. Like, oh wow, shit, I gotta make my bed, I gotta cook, I gotta do this. So I feel like I'm not really on vacation.
Okay.
But I understand if you're going for a certain period of time, if you're going for a long period of time, or if you're with a big family
or a big crowd, like a couple people, then
it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I mean. I think that's what I should expound upon. When you go on these international trips, let's say you go with like 6 people, it's way better to have an Airbnb because the amount of money you're going to spend eating out, it doesn't equivocate to what you can save if you were to go to the grocery store down the street and cook 2 or 3 times in your stay. Or also, you have to worry about being loud and noise.
Yeah.
And that is where the Airbnb is very convenient. You can have like I said, you're saying, having to do your laundry and all that stuff. But that becomes convenient because when you're coming back from your vacation the day before, you just throw your clothes in the wash. You come back, you unpack, you're good. There's no like, you know what I mean? So that's the benefit to it.
No, you're right.
And you kind of get a little more. Like you can get a pool table, or you get different rooms, and you can have a pool in your house. Like that is a definite bonus to me, and that's how I look at it, I guess.
You know.
So I can see your point. Shorter stays, I can see the retreat, 5-star, whatever.
Yeah.
Long stays, I can see Airbnb, but they both tend to work out. But me personally, I want the 5-star trip because I want the experience. The money I could be spending on an excavation, I shouldn't be spending on a hotel.
I'll do dark. I'll do some dark. I mean, nah, but I do feel you. You know what I mean? I feel like, at the end of the day, as long as that you're experienced, like, I feel like a lot of people, they travel, they don't experience.
Yeah.
They travel just to say, yo, I went there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Oh, I went there. And I'm like, okay, what'd you do? Oh, we stayed at that hotel. Okay. What does that hotel does to me?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Like in Dominican Republic is good because it's all inclusive. So
that's different. That's a whole different. That's a whole nother ballgame.
Which is the big thing there.
Yellow. Woo! All right. Let's talk that talk, man. I got sports, baby. This week. Well, shit, not even this week. This like a couple days ago. Mr. Darrell Revis announced his retirement. Yeah. He's done, out of the game. But the biggest thing is this saying that, I do think that he's definitely a future Hall of Famer, but I just don't believe that he's top 5. Like, a lot of people are sitting there saying that he was top 5 best corners of all time, and I know he has his little stats and all that stuff, but I do I do respect the fact that he was, in my fair opinion, a shutdown corner. He was a shutdown corner. There was not many shutdown corners back in the day, or not even today. You know what I mean? There's a handful of shutdown corners. However, I really can't put him as top 5. I can't put him as top 5. But, you know what I mean? In terms of a Hall of Famer, he's definitely a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Definitely a future Hall of Famer.
What did he do, 11 years?
10, 11 years. Got
it
one
seemed
check.
like longer.
Yeah, because he bounced from team to team.
But that's more impressive. Yeah.
He bounced from team to team. I feel like his better years was New York Jets.
Yeah.
New York Jets.
He won his ring with the Patriots, right?
Won his ring with the Patriots.
He's with the Buccaneers too.
Last is was with the Buccaneers, but I can't put him in top 5. I can't. I could potentially name top, like I got Deion Sanders.
Agree. Number 1.
Deion Sanders.
Putting Champ Bailey up there.
Champ, definitely Champ. Champ's there. Charles Woodson's there.
Agree.
And you know what I mean. We could say corners, or you know what I mean. I have to put Ed Reed somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to put Ed Reed somewhere.
He's safety though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But he definitely was a shutdown.
I can't even put Asante Samuel up there.
Really?
No way.
Okay.
Asante Samuel.
Oh no. He only had like 4 good years.
I put him up there. No way. But no, I just can't. I can't see him.
Yeah, I can agree. I agree. I 100% agree with everything you said. Not of all time. Not of all time.
No.
But a great career.
No, he's
definitely
good,
Hall of Fame.
Definitely. He's gonna get a jacket.
150%.
He's gonna get a jacket. And he's, you know what? Not even mad at that one.
Congrats to you, Mr. Revis. You had a hell of a career. You bet on yourself. Him betting on himself was the most impressive thing to me.
Yeah. Shout out to your island. Let me know when it opens.
Yeah, because he definitely was that guy, and he's gonna get that gold jacket, and he'll probably show up to his ceremony.
He said, "I don't like T.O."
I'm not mad at that either. Can't be mad at that.
You ain't mad at that?
Nope.
Wow.
He's sticking by his guns. I'm not mad. He was done wrong, and I understand people saying you gotta let bygones be bygones. You gotta let go, but he was done an injustice. He was.
I think it was a publicity stunt. I think so.
You know why I don't think it on whose part?
Him.
Oh, okay.
I think he just wants buzz.
I mean, I think he's sticking by his guns. Me personally.
He is broke.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was really a publicity stunt, he would be doing a lot of stuff.
No, but that's the thing.
To create buzz around him. But every answer I've seen in interviews, it's been pretty straightforward. He's like, well, I just think it's best, and felt like I was done wrong, and that's fair. And a lot of players can say they've been done wrong, but T.O.'s numbers had blown everybody's out the water.
No.
And that's why I respect him. It made me respect him more when I sat back and I was like, maybe I thought the same thing. This is publicity, so this is a bunch of bullshit. And then like he stuck by it. He's like, nah, like I'm not.
Respect him financially?
No, he had horrible financial skills. But I don't blame him. I blame a piece of him, but I blame the people around him too at the same time. You have to blame somebody because somebody has to be watching you. As much as I think Scott Storch said it best. He said, I had $30 million at any given point in time and no one was watching me. They were just like, yeah, whatever. So you got to blame yourself a piece, but there has to be the people that say they love you. You have to hold a little bit accountable for it because it's like, why nobody would tell him no.
No.
So that doesn't mean. So does that mean that means everybody was a yes man? One.
Yeah.
That's all that means. And two, they really didn't care for him because once the money went away, it was gone.
Well, whose fault was that?
It depends. It depends on which side. I think it could be multiple people's fault. It could be it's their fault. A majority is their fault, but a piece of it's the other people's fault that's saying they're their financial advisor. Yeah, like that's how a lot of athletes get taken. Financial advisor.
Oh my god, man, they oh my god, kill their CPA. Their CPAs be the worst, man. I'm telling you. What we got? Ooh, it's a nice one. Summer first date location ideas.
Oh,
wow, this is a nice little topic.
You know what?
This is a nice little topic.
This is a good. Are we talking here in Boston?
We're talking
in general.
In general. Let's do it in general. Let me grab a little.
Now, what are we saying as far as the?
You know what? Let's give people ideas based off of budget. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I want to know. What's the budget?
Let's start off by saying, okay.
Are we talking a broke college kid?
Let's start out from the bottom. Let's start from the bottom. Listen, people. Listen very carefully. Take notes. You college kids, you kids that got $100-$200 in your pocket right now. Listen to this.
The broke college kid. Fair to say. The broke college kid doesn't have the biggest issue. You know why? Because 9 times out of 10 he's dating the broke college girl. So, to be fair, he doesn't have the biggest issue. It's actually a little easier. See, with the broke college kid, you have options. You could do the movies. You could do a Fridays. You could do an Applebee's. You can keep it simple. You can go for a walk, like in a park. You know, if they can get their hands on alcohol. Not saying underage drinking is good, but if they could, you know, things like that. You can keep it very simple, but it's still exciting because, you know, she's younger. She's not so much into the flash and, you know, unless she's, you know, dating something else, but she's not so much into that. So your options, you don't need a million. You only need a couple. Like Lawn on D is a good theory, I would tell college kids. Like if you're a college kid right now, Lawn on D is perfect because it's a social event. It's free to get into. You're going to play with each other. There's swings, there's interaction. You got to talk to other people.
He's regarding to Boston.
Right? And I'm regarding to Boston right now. I'm just using Boston as a prime example. And then you can go to the Commons, the Boston Commons, walk around. It's a big part. It's free. Like these are free things. And then you have the movies and stuff like that. So that's the college kid.
Okay. Let me switch it up for you real quick. College kid doesn't have a car.
Oh, MBTA. Well, Uber, we have Uber and Lyft now.
Yeah,
Uber and Lyft now. So it is, you know, depending on peak times and all that, it could be cheaper. It could be more expensive.
What's your ideal number? First date, college kid, taking a girl out. He really likes her a lot. What's the good number for you to spend on that first date? What's a good number? Like now, we got to take into consideration Uber, food, drinks.
No, there's no drinks. Remember, this is college.
No, I know. Okay, no drinks.
No drinks. So your pockets are saved right there because it's $10-$12. It's $10-$12 a drink.
So what are you saying? What are you saying to
$60 max?
Cody in his dorm room right now.
$60 is the absolute max you should have to spend. 60 because if you go to a Fridays, you're only getting $12 to $15 meals. Ubers are probably 10.
What if Helga wants dessert?
Okay, you're still okay. Cause remember, at a lot of these restaurants they have the packages,
the prefix,
2 for $20s. They have all that, so you're kind of saved in an aspect there. So that does help them.
Where would you suggest college kids, people on a low tight budget, go for a first date location restaurants? Where would you suggest? Like what would be your
The chains are absolutely gonna help them.
Whoa. Let's be specific on chains.
TGIF. Applebee's.
Because Rufus is a change now.
That's true. So when I say chain, I mean like TGIFs, the Applebee's, the Chili's, the 99s. Those are where you kind of want to stay. Also, pizza places. Okay. Pizza places tend to help. Takeout where you guys can stay in, watch a movie.
So we doing 5 for 5, 5.
Hell yeah.
Cheesy bread and some.
If you keep it in the house, why not? It'll in the long run they don't have that much that they have to show. Now the young professional man, on the other hand, now you're in a different game.
Okay, so we're done with the college, right? Young professional. We're talking 21, 27.
Yep.
21, 27. Steady job.
Income. What's the income? 45,000? 45, 50,000?
That's not. Come on, he's just fresh out of college.
Let's say 36 to 40.
Let's say 36 to 45.
Okay, that's fair.
36, 45,000 a year. Fresh out of college, has a beat up.
Okay.
Has a car. Has a little car.
So he has a car. So that saves. But
not crazy, but still has to pay insurance. Still has to pay all that stuff.
Okay.
Now, meets a girl, really likes a girl. Where's he at? Where would you recommend, and what would you say in the best situation is going to not only impress this female, but at the same time keep him safe in his pockets?
Okay. Now at this point, you're at the. I got a job. I'm trying to figure myself out. Okay. So if this is a first date, and
first dates, these are all first dates. These are all first dates.
First date. Now this is where you can play kind of cool. You could do the chains like Fridays and Applebee's and all that. You could. Okay. It's still a possibility. Okay. Because women love to eat. Let's call it what it is. A girl, you hungry? She's weird.
But what if? I'm throwing you curveballs. Cool. I'm throwing you curveballs. Really insensitive. Really doesn't eat much. She's a vegetarian.
She's vegan.
She's vegan.
Let's say she's vegan.
She's vegan. What are we doing?
If she's vegetarian, vegan, Cambridge. I believe it's not Life. Is it Life Cycle? Life Cycle on Mass Ave. Vegan spot. $12 to $13. Here you go. These are gems, people. There's a veggie pizza place. All vegan in Brookline.
I get it. But we trying to take her to a nice restaurant.
Now, there's your interesting part. Now. Here's where you can get cute. Okay. You're going to avoid the bigger chains, like the Mortons, the Del Frisco's,
stay away from
the Ruth Chris. You want to stay away from those.
You got to bring that card.
Because you're exposing yourself in a way that you can't maintain. So you have to think about this. Okay? So you want to find something like I would like to say a Whiskey's, a Lolita's, something with a bar and alcohol where you can kind of it's a mixture. It's not a chain per se.
So you want so like for people that are not from Boston, like you know what I mean, like you want more. You're saying much more so like on a mom and pops,
sort of,
almost like a mom and pops, like where like guys. Frame of reference, if there's only 2 locations of that one restaurant in the whole state of yours,
you're good.
You're good.
You're pretty much good.
You're good.
You're pretty much good.
If there's one, even better.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If there's one, even better. But once it gets to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those are chains.
Those are bigger chains.
Those are bigger chains. But not saying nothing wrong with chains. However, you got to be very careful with chains because guess what? Chains could get you in trouble.
Absolutely agree.
Because chains, she's either A, been there.
One, yep.
Or, wow, we're going here.
Yeah. And that's the part you have to be careful of. You have to be wary of. Because a woman will notice that.
Oh,
they pay attention to that particular, we're going here. And you don't want to woo her a little bit. But we also missed out. We also missed out on a prime opportunity here. Because first dates tend to be nervous. So you need to have a social interaction. Places like bowling, arcades. We have in Boston. We have King's. Another place that's a gem that is awesome. It's like arcade, fun. Depending on the type of girl she is. Roxy's.
Yeah.
They serve grilled cheeses. They do all that. They have alcohol, but it's an arcade. So it causes you to be interactive with alcohol. Dave and Buster's does not hurt. Because the first date is that icebreaker. You've already had that text experience. Now you're at that point where it's like, we got to interact and see if the vibe is right.
No.
Unless it doesn't work.
Do you think that's more prudent for the college kid or the young professional?
It could sway either way. I think it could sway.
I think it's more prudent on the young professional.
Explain.
Think about it. If you're the college kid,
yep,
you're probably dating a girl from your school.
Local.
Interactions already there.
Already.
They already talk all the time.
You see each other all the time. You might have a class.
You meet in the cafeteria. You do all that extra shit. So
party, all that on campus.
All that extra stuff. It's kind of like
unnecessary.
Agreed. What wins that young college kid to get her like is taking her. Listen, write this down. Cheesecake Factory. You gotta take it. You gotta take it to a place. You got. See, with the college kids, you gotta wow them. You gotta wow them in the sense that he's taking me here.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, it's like there's still.
So you need a wow factor.
at a younger age. Like the college kids, they can get away with chain. Young professionals don't try that shit. But listen,
you can't depend on a girl.
No, but depending on where she came from, like Montana.
Touche. I've been on dates in the past, and I've done the chain thing. But it like I said, it also depends on the girl. The icebreaker.
It does.
That's why I said. That's why I come in with the bowling. That's why I come in with that stuff.
No, but you're absolutely right with the bowling and all that stuff. I feel like it's I think that's very important for a young professional because guess what? Because I feel like a lot of people get missing in the whole social media realm. You know what I mean? All that stuff. So to get somebody out, talk, socializing, interacting, you're not on your phone.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, people.
That's true.
Key reminders, right?
Facts here.
You're on a date. You're going to the restaurant.
Yes.
Obviously, the female's going to be sitting in front of you, or unless if you get cute, you can sit next to you. But you guys are.
But she shouldn't be like this.
But that's the thing. But you give her the option. That's an option at the restaurant table. That's an option. But when you're out doing something interactive, when you're out there bowling, when you're out there playing pool and all that stuff, we forgot about our phone. Yeah. We forgot about all that stuff because we're too busy having fun. We're having fun.
Unless she's taking a picture or a video.
And this is what it is. But that interaction now with the whole phone and all that extra stuff, that's gone.
Yeah.
Because now I'm having fun like, oh, yeah.
And you have to interact. It forces you. It forces them to interact. Ladies, that's very important. If I tell young guys, if she's on her phone, you have to make it a point to be like, yo, are you on a date with me or on a date with the phone?
Factos.
Like, which one are we on? And if it's not vibing right, cut it short. Cut your losses. After that, it's not going to work.
Don't serve her no more drinks, baby.
It's not going to work.
Tell her
that's
you're
the
good.
thing. And so I think the young professional man, now the older man, are we at the older distinguished gentleman, the 30-plus man?
30-plus man.
Oh, 30-plus man, you got to make it different. You got to be different. Now, this is where we get into the Ruth Chris, the Mortons.
Okay.
And still, the older man can do the bowling and the pool. This is very important. You're not subjected to one thing per se. But at this point, let's say the 30 to 40-year-old man, are we at that? That's the gap, I guess. Yeah. Or 28 to 40, whatever. You're a little more distinguished. Have your own place. You kind of, you're doing your own thing. You kind of, settled into your career, hopefully. Now, I'm not saying everybody. So now you're kind of figuring out, okay, the bigger chains, Seaport area, good interaction, Back Bay area, Lolitas, things of that nature, tequila bars, paint nights. Paint nights are a big thing. Interactive. Yeah. You can do it for the older distinguished gentleman because it's not. You could do Dave and Buster's, but with paint night now we're really interactive. There's no phone at paint night. You're not really using your phone. You're gonna be more focused on the painting, and you have to pay attention. She can take the phone and take pictures, but she's also drinking. You're speaking. You're like, wow, good job. So this kind of gives you a better grasp of what you're dealing with now. So the old distinguished gentleman, yes, you could do the, like I said, you can do the Mortons, the Lolitas, the rooftop decks. That's more the route you want to go. You would like to start with dinner, then you probably go out to a lounge maybe after, something in that realm, and then kind of go from there. But you're not subjected also to not using the bowling and the pool and all that and the paint nights. Those are really, really big. And people love to do things that are interactive because that's the bigger thing.
Do you think at that phase, 30+?
Yep.
Like you said, is it less talk?
No. No. Because women at that age, they want mental stimulation more than physical stimulation.
Okay, so do you think that it's more? Do you think it's more? I feel like Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. College. Groups of people, lots of fun, ha 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 ha. Young professionals, 3-4 people, maybe a couple dates.
Max.
Now 30+, I want some alone time.
Yeah. Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
We can agree on that. You want alone time. You want intimacy. You want mental stimulation.
You're not really concerned about him, her.
No,
her.
you're trying to see what where the person's mind is.
Okay.
You want to know more about them on a deeper level, on an intellectual level, because now at 30, you're like, I don't have time to waste.
Yeah.
It's different. It really is. A light bulb will go off in people's head. I don't have the time to waste, so I need to know now, what are your intentions? What are your intentions?
But you see how that phases, right?
It's
life. It's a college.
Evolution.
It's like we want to be around all these people.
Yep.
Young professionals, they want to be around a group of people. And now when you get to a certain age, you're like, yo, I really don't care.
Shit, the best Friday nights are the ones at home watching Netflix.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Those are the best nights.
So you think young professionals, you know what I mean? In terms of, I didn't actually get to young professionals. What's an ideal sense of how much money they should be spending first date? I didn't actually.
Okay, gentlemen, the first date, women, please take this into account. What you really need to comprehend. If the younger man, I said the max was 60, you gotta double up. You're gonna double up. You're gonna go to 120. You're gonna go to 120. Cause, and the reason I say that, drinks are now involved.
Wow.
Drinks are now involved, and most people have 2 drinks.
120.
2 drinks. Think about that.
Let me tell you guys.
It's 2 drinks. So 2 drinks right there. That can be an average right there. That's $24, and that's not including dinner.
That's not including dinner.
That's not dinner. So then you have to think. You're not gonna stop at dinner unless the night is going horrible. You're not stopping at dinner. You might take her to a lounge, and then what's next? You gotta pay for drinks again.
Oh my God! Listen, guys.
And women, you do eat for free. You do eat for free. Majority of the time, you don't have to drive.
So don't bring the debit card. Bring the credit card.
No, you should absolutely have funds to do this. And if you don't, doesn't hurt to say, hey, why don't we do this? Because you don't gotta tell her you're struggling. You don't want to tell her you're struggling first off, because that's a turn off to women. You just want to say, hey, I want to do something a little different. I want to try this. Have you ever been here? You kind of gotta make it seem as if it's a pre-planned thing, but an idea you wanted to give her so that she can pick.
So 120, 150.
That's fair. That's to be safe. I'm not saying you're gonna spend 120, 150.
But have 200 just in case.
No,
take 200. Take 200.
We talking parking too?
We're talking the whole night.
Yeah. You might want to be safe and just have it on you.
He said,
you might want to be safe to just have it.
No 10s, all 20s.
And I'm not saying, because parking at night gets to $20.
Yo, that gets expensive.
It gets expensive. So, ladies, please comprehend that a man does go through a lot for the first date, whether he's a college graduate, a young professional, or a distinguished gentleman at a certain age, and that it does take a lot of planning and preparing, and that you should really not be on your phone, because that is I think that's the rudest thing. And what I would do sometimes when I'm going to date, I'm not going to lie, I've done this before. I would put my phone face down, like, yo, put your phone face down. Whoever looks at their phone first got to pay. That changes the whole game. That really changed the game. I saw somebody do that one time. They told me about that, and I tried it, and it changes the game, because now it forces us to have a conversation. Not forces, but it puts us in a predicament to have a conversation about different things. And fellas, you gotta ask the penetrating questions that's gonna make her open up.
Facts.
Don't just sit there
okay.
and try have something to say and listen.
But that's for the young professional.
Definitely the young professional. And the distinguished gentleman is distinguished gentleman. He already knows that. He's already dealt with a lot of this at that point.
Distinguished gentlemen.
Pretty straight to the point. They're pretty straight to the point.
What's the budget? First date on the night.
We said what, 120 or 150 to 200, give or take? I think you can stay in that 150 to like 250 range. You can stay there.
Yikes.
You can stay there. You can stay there. You can stay there safely. It just depends. Once again, if you're the woman you're dating or the person you're dating decides to have multiple drinks. Now this is where the problem comes into play.
And this is only based off if she drinks.
If she drinks.
If you drink too. Okay, what
and you don't want a woman that's sloppy that first date.
Hypothetically, they don't both drink.
Now you're saving yourself some ends. There's some money. You know you save yourself some money. There's no way, because drinks are expensive.
But she doesn't want the night to end.
That's fine. This is where you can revert back to the college gentleman. What I say: to park, walk, talk.
It's winter time.
Whoa, easy.
Hey, I'm throwing it out there right now.
Talk.
These people want to know because you know what I mean. Because if it happens,
that's true. Wintertime, it's a little different. You don't want to invite her back to your place. Do not, unless the night is on some hot and heavy stuff. That's different.
Okay.
You don't want to put yourself in that predicament. Sit in the car. Have a conversation. It doesn't hurt.
Uber driver gotta leave though.
No, because the distinguished gentleman has a car.
Well, wait a minute. What if he didn't? Hold on, no. Hold on. Let's put it. Hold on. He just moved to a new city.
If he didn't, you gotta find a diner. You gotta find something that's open 24 hours. You gotta find something. Find something. Let's go have a cup of coffee. Let's go sit. Let's go talk. Let's go. You have to find something that will continuously gauge her intellect. You don't want to say, come to my house. And if you do and it works, I mean, hey, that's completely different. But for the most part, you want to, if the night is good and the vibe is right, you want the night to continue to go on.
Okay.
So you got to play it in a way where it's like, I don't want to bring you back home. I'm not trying to bring you back home. But if it happens, that's a different situation because women know if they're going to sleep with you within 15 minutes. They know. They know. They absolutely. And women, please comment below. We absolutely want your feedback on this. I think women know if they want to have sex with you or not. It's just natural. It's like, okay, I can see myself having sex with you. And that is okay. Like that, you're not promiscuous, you're not a hoe. No. We're at that point, we're older. So it's not so much frowned upon.
I'm going to throw the boss card real quick. Best way to do this, man. First date, cheapest. Go to the grocery store, cook for her.
No, that's too intimate.
Boss card. Hold on.
I don't agree.
I'm gonna throw the boss card right now. Hold on. Hear me out. I know it's intimate.
Too intimate. First date.
However,
listening.
There are a few individuals that will be like, you know what? Okay, why not? You know what I mean? Like, my thing is just like, if you cook for somebody on a first date,
that's intimate.
That's
a big jump. You're gambling now.
You are gambling, but you're gambling with house money, your money. But you know how much you're gonna spend,
and you could possibly have some of those groceries in the house.
Facts. You can have a bottle of wine, champagne, whatever the case is.
Whatever she wants.
You can control your budget. That's the only way you can control your budget, people. If by cooking for somebody else or... Yeah, that's it.
But to throw a curveball at you, well, she's like, I don't want to come to your house.
That's fine.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay, so then that's...
So now that switches the whole dynamic.
But and then we go out. Okay, where would you like to go?
Now what if you don't have the funds?
What if you don't have the funds?
Now what do?
You order out. See, these curveballs, you can't throw curveballs.
No. You order out or you go out and get something?
No, you ask her. You ask the female, what do you like to eat? What's your favorite food? And then she's like, oh, I like this and this and that. Okay, how about this? I'll order it and we'll go to the beach. We'll go to the park. We'll eat it.
So you're still going to go?
Drink.
So you okay, as long as you're not
saying. But you got to control your budget, though. You got to control it, though. You got to sit there and be like, shit, I don't have $300-400 to spend at Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Which is fine. Ladies, you need to respect that as well. If he doesn't have it, he does not have it. It's not that he's not interested, he just doesn't have it.
No, but no, that's a turnoff for them because then they're like, oh wow, if he doesn't have enough money to take me out to dinner, I can't be with him.
But see, that's the narrative we gotta change.
But
we gotta change that.
We can't.
No, you can't.
Cause these girls, they're so goddamn stuck on.
We can't say these girls because we created this. A piece of us created this. A piece of us. You know who I blame it on? I blame it on the trap nigga. You gotta blame it on the trap nigga. You gotta blame it on the trap nigga. He's taking a Capitol Grill. She's seeing all these things. So in her mind, she's like, "Oh, you should have it like that." But she don't have it like that.
She doesn't.
So you have to humble, ladies. You have to humble yourself.
You gotta humble yourself.
You can't go do it on your own without your friends, mind you. Without your friends, because women, I know the trick. You'll go, they'll split a bill. I'll have a drink. I did it. That's cool. But if you couldn't take another person and spend the whole check, then you have no right commenting saying, "Oh, why can't you do it?" Because at the same time, you can't do it for yourself.
My thing is like this: friendly word of advice. If you can't afford it or if you don't have it, don't ask for it.
And also, gentlemen, live within your means. You don't have to be flashy. You don't have to do all the extra things. Like
No,
I said,
you don't.
you have so many options. You just have to be creative. I think it's all about creativity.
You gotta go against the grain. So if you see a lot of people going with this flow, see a lot of people. What goes on right now through social media is a lot of people is flashy. A lot of people want to show how much money they have. They're like, oh yeah, I got this, I got that, I got that, because you know why? Because it's a thirst trap. So they wheel it in. The money's on that. It's like that Geico commercial. That money's on that hook, and some girls over there trying to get it because they're like, wow, that's the next guy that could do this and do that and do this for me. No. So now you gotta be that guy that sits there and be like, no, I'm gonna change this game. I'm gonna take her out and do this and do that and do this.
Now, I'm not saying the cooking thing is a bad idea. I think it's a
Yes,
great
you do.
idea.
Yes, you
No,
do.
no. I'm just saying on the first date, you have to be careful. That's all I'm saying. Because if a woman thinks you're trying to bring her to your house the first night, she obviously thinks you're trying to smash. Let's let you know. And if she's trying to smash, that's different. She comes. That's fine. But a lot of girls will be like, they could be very uncomfortable with that.
No,
so you gotta know how to play it. You got. It depends on the vibe.
No. It does depend on the vibe. Ultimately, it comes down to like, hey, would you like for me to cook for you, or would you prefer to go out? Clean question, people. Clean, straightforward question that you could just sit there and be like.
They call it the shot to the head method.
That's it.
It's one shot to that. Boom. Just get it out the way. You know what you're dealing with. You want to know what you're dealing with.
You want to know what you're dealing with.
And if you don't know what to cook, listen, YouTube.
Nah, man. Listen, man.
YouTube is a teacher of all things.
Oh, no. You don't even have to do YouTube. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little secret, baby. You call a catering company. Catering company real deep. Real deep. Listen, guys. You gotta get rid of the evidence, though. You have. This is prudent and like this is very essential. You gotta get rid of the evidence. You gotta make it seem like you've been cooking all day. You can't be in nice clothes.
Don't do that.
Don't
do
be in
that.
nice clothes. No, don't listen
do
to
that.
him. Don't listen
Don't
to
do
him.
that.
I'm telling you guys. Listen
Don't
to
do
you
that.
guys out there. You guys are looking deep into my eyes right now. Don't do that. No homo pause. Listen, but listen. You guys gotta do that. You have to do that. Listen.
What, you think she's gonna notice that shit?
No, she's not. Listen, you have to sit there and say, listen, this has been a recipe and my grandmother, like, they passed it down to me, this mac and cheese, this and this and that. People,
You
listen.
just gave her Ruth Chris mac and cheese that she didn't have before. She gonna
Okay,
look at you.
fine.
You just gave her Ruth Chris mac and cheese, and you act like she ain't gonna notice the shit.
Listen, man, people, you guys do what you gotta do, man. Just be safe out there.
Absolutely, and give us comments below. You know, we're open to all comments. I think it's definitely interesting. We want to get your feedback. We want your feedback.
Feedback is great, man. You know what I mean? Whatever we can tell you better, whatever advice that you want to hear from us,
yes,
we'll love to give you that advice. You know what I mean?
We want to help the every part of the,
Everybody.
Man, young from the college gentleman, because ladies. We know you got a standard, and that's cool, and you got to lower sometimes and all that. We could bash you all that, but also it's important for us to know where we should kind of be in order to set the correct bar.
You're right.
So that's not to bash women in no way, shape, or form. It's just to figure out a way that we can kind of all coexist.
Listen, people, thank you for tuning in to another edition of Opinions and
Number 7.
Number 7.
We appreciate
7. Till next time, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, everything. Do that below. Once again, I'm your host, AJ McLaughlin. This is
E. Martinez.
And we out!
Take care, people. See you next week.